Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mike. I'm glad to have you along. Welcome back. Been a while. Haven't seen you on YouTube in a bit. Well, here I am. And today I want to talk about podcasts. Now, it seems to me like podcasts have been the next big thing for the last 10 years. We keep hearing about how podcasts are going to explode and all the money going into podcasting and how marketers are going to love podcasting. And the fact is, it has been a fantastic technology. It is drawing in more and more revenue, ad spend, and so on. Podcasting is definitely growing. But there's been one thing, in my opinion, as a podcaster that's been holding it back, and that is discoverability. I've been doing podcasts for, on and off for the last handful of years. I've got one right now you can check out. It's called The Currency. But this video is not about pimping the currency in my work. This video is talking about some developments that I think are relevant to the possible explosion of podcasting as a platform and as a technology. And that is this issue of discoverability. When you look for a podcast, you can't search like you can for a video or a blog post. Now, I know there are platforms out there. We have iTunes, we have now Spotify's a big player, we have Google. All these podcasts are listed. You can find them. If you know the name of my podcast, you can search The Currency. It's going to show up. You can subscribe and so on. But the fact is, like, if you're looking for a specific topic, if you're saying, I want to hear about branding for my favorite vodka company, let's say it's Tito's. So you go branding Tito's. If you do a search right now on Google, you're not going to get podcasts as a result because audio content is not searchable. Blog posts are searchable, articles are searchable, YouTube videos are searchable by title and tags and so on, a description. But podcasts are not searchable, and that's a problem because when you're creating great content as a podcaster, it's really hard to find an audience because the audience can't find you. But interestingly enough, Apple, iTunes, Spotify, and Google are all trying to figure out how to crack this discoverability problem. And I want to share with you three things that are going on. So first of all, Apple just announced the other day that they are going to split up iTunes. iTunes is going to get the sword. And essentially what they're going to do is they're going to break it into various apps. And one of those apps is going to be a standalone podcasting app for the desktop. Just like we have on our iPhones and iPads, now there's going to be a standalone podcasting app. Well, I think that's great. So now you'll be able to sit at your laptop or at your desktop machine, open up your podcasting app, and do some search. Now, that's just one step. The other thing that Apple is going to be doing is they're going to be introducing what they're calling machine learning technology. It's sexy and it's exciting. Oh, AI, I can't believe it. It's changing the world. Yeah, I'm a little cynical, but they're going to be introducing some machine learning technology, as they're calling it. And this machine learning technology is going to go through podcasts and try to understand the audio and index the language, the words, the phrases, convert the audio into some type of searchable text in the background so that when you're on iTunes or when you're on the soon-to-be standalone podcast app with Apple, you're going to be able to enter search terms, and it's not only going to be able to bring up podcasts like you might like this show, but it can serve up specific editions or episodes of that podcast. So that's a big move forward. If that works, and the technology isn't out there, this is an announcement that they're making, and but if it works, that could be a huge move forward for discoverability and for the explosive growth of podcasts as a mainstream media or content type. Now, the second thing that's going on is Spotify. Spotify has entered the podcasting space with a roar, and they've been acquiring other companies, and they've made this huge commitment to podcasts. And one of the things that they're doing to also try to address the discoverability issue is they are going to now be testing very small, like 5% of US and UK customers, this idea of podcast playlists. So if you're a Spotify customer, you know now you can subscribe to playlists. You can, Spotify will serve up, hey, here's a playlist we think you'd like, and they'll shove some content, some new artists, some new music in your face, and you go, I like it or I don't like it. And it's constantly paying attention to how you behave and trying to focus that down. Now, that's a problem for me actually as a user because I use Spotify all the time. But when I'm busy at my desk doing client work, when I'm writing or creating content, I want music that's kind of mindless. I want like electronica and atmospheric stuff in the background. Well, Spotify is sure that's all I like. And now every playlist that I have that they push my way is really about my workday taste versus my 24-hour-a-day taste. So I can see this playlist thing being an issue if it's kind of paying attention and trying to Send content your way that you think you want. The other thing too I would find difficult is, I'm guessing this is going to be hand curated at first, probably not machine curated. And, what do you do? Like, songs are all equal lengths, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. One podcast might be 15 minutes. Another podcast might be an hour. You might have stuff like Dan Carlin's Hardcore History that is like a week's worth of content to listen to. So I'm not certain how Spotify will get around that, but I think it's a good experiment. They're trying to figure out how to make podcasts more discoverable. And these podcasts are going to be grouped according to type. There might be some on health and fitness. There might be some on culture or technology or various interests. And they'll create these hand-curated collections, I'm guessing, and serve them out. Right now, that's going to be a test. They're going to play with that a little bit and tweak it and see if that's something that they're going to roll out to the general public. But again, they're trying to figure out how to solve this whole issue of discoverability. Now, lastly, about a week or two ago, Google came out and said, hey, we're going to be rolling out a new upgraded version of search. There's a number of features along that, but one of the features that they talked about was the indexing of podcasts. Again, they like to use the sexy language. We're going to use machine learning technology, and we're going to try to surface the content found in podcasts. My guess is, again, like Apple, they're going to use machine learning to try to figure out the audio and convert it into some searchable text format that then they can use to identify keywords and phrases and get a general idea of what the content for each episode is, so that when you and I as users use the Google search box, the search engine results page will serve up not only text documents like blog posts and articles or videos, as Google's doing now, so you're going to get multiple results, but you'll also get podcast results. You get results of certain episodes or even shows, and they're saying you're going to be able to listen to that podcast on that page. You'll be able to click a button and the audio will start streaming. So this is a huge step forward. It's early days. I think everyone's trying to figure this out. Clearly, we've got the machine capability, the technology, the hardware, the software. I think it's just a matter of someone coming up with an elegant solution. I think that's the biggest challenge, is what is an elegant / universal solution that we could apply to this media type. And once we crack that nut, I do think that the promises we've been hearing for the last 10 years that podcasting is the next big thing will come true. I think podcasting is a fantastic medium. They can be consumed in all types of environment, situations, and use cases. I think just audio content in general is fantastic. It's why we've been listening to the radio and Walkmans and iPods and the whole 9 yards for the last 50 plus years of human history. So keep an eye out for this technology. Let's see when it shows up, how it plays out. But I do think this is a big step forward. If you are interested in podcasting, I'd highly recommend now is the time to get in. Don't wait. It's already exploding on a certain level. Don't wait. Tons of advertisers are spending money there. Tons of shows are coming online on a regular basis. This is the time to get in. And it's going to be exciting to see where these big three players go with cracking the discoverability nut. Guys, thanks so much for your time. If you like this content, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up. I post regularly, at least I should be posting regularly, on things like marketing, branding, and strategy. So do me a favor, if you like that kind of thing, you want to learn more, then hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you join this growing and lovely community. Guys, I love you so much. Thanks for your time, and I'll check you guys in the next episode.